Well, hello everyone and welcome to our graduation ceremony, our virtual graduation ceremony 2021. I mentioned the word virtual. My, how things have changed. Who would have thought we'd be here today doing a graduation ceremony in a virtual environment? Well, we are. We hope you enjoy it and welcome wherever you are in the world, particularly to our students, our graduating students, because this day represents a significant, a major milestone in their journey. It represents a lot of time, a lot of hard work, a lot of heartache, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, a lot of lessons in life. And some people might say, well, it all finishes today. Well, let me put it to you, it just starts today. Ladies and gentlemen, the academic procession is about to enter the hall. Once the academic procession has entered, I invite you to please join with us in singing the Australian National Anthem. Would the gathering please stand for the academic procession and the Australian National Anthem? I now invite our former students, Edwin John from our GMBA January 19 batch, Masumi Shankar from our January 19 MGB batch, and Debalina Basu from the MGBs of May 18, to lead us all in the Australian National Anthem, Advance Australia Fair.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We golden sun and health the toy, our home is God by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gift of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page let every station advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair. Beneath our radiant Southern Cross we'll toil with hearts and hands to make this Commonwealth the France renowned over the land. For those who come across the sea, we boundless friends to share. With love that left us all combined to advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
I'd like to invite our academic staff, if they'd like to please remove their caps, as I introduce to you the head of campus, the Dubai campus for the Jain School of Global Management, Professor Christopher Abraham, for his address. Professor Chris.
Graduation days are very special days, days that are etched in the memories of people, in their hearts and in their minds for a lifetime. Yes, indeed, a very special day to remember fondly and to celebrate the success of your learning experiences. Distinguished occasional speaker of the day, Mr. Azim Puri, respected Chairman of the Board, Mr. John Cameron, respected guests, fellow faculty members, parents, staff, and of course, the graduating class of 2019. On behalf of all of us at SP Jain School of Global Management, it's my pleasure and privilege to welcome each one of you to this very special occasion. We hope you will remember this as a very special day to celebrate your learnings and move on to the next stage of your checkered career and your life. And now, I'd like to invite Kirti Nataki, our GMBA student from 2019, to lead us in the SP Jain prayer. Kirti.
O gracious and almighty God, we thank you for all you have done and all you are going to do. From our beginnings from afar, you have brought us this far. We thank you, Lord, for helping us to light this lamp of knowledge. Give us a vision of our place in your purpose and guide us in all that we do through your divine wisdom. Spirit of God, fill our hearts with a desire to seek truth and rejoice in the beauty of your creation. Help us to know what is pleasing to you and to understand what is right and good in your sight. Give us a spirit of learning that we may please you by our thoughts and love you for your grace. Give all of us a thought of your constant encouragement and guide us in all our work. Holy Spirit of God, make us effective witness of your truth to all whose lives we touch. And through the knowledge acquired here, help us to make a difference in the world that we live. We ask this all in your mighty name. Thank you.
Thank you, Kirti. And now I'd like to invite our respected chairman of the board, Mr. John Cameron, to formally declare the convocation open.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the name of the Board of Directors, I declare this congregation of the SP Jain School of Global Management duly assembled open. Welcome, graduates. Please take a moment to reflect on your achievements and congratulate yourself. You might also acknowledge the SP Jain faculty and your family and friends who helped you along the way. Well done. I now invite President Atish Jain to deliver his address.
A guest of honor, Mr. Asim Puri, Chairman of SP Jain's Board of Directors, Deans, faculty, staff of SP Jain, parents, families, and our graduates, I warmly welcome each and every one of you to today's graduation ceremony. And I congratulate all our graduates for their hard efforts that has culminated in their well-deserved degrees. From today, you can call yourself an alumnus of SP Jain. Given the unusual circumstances this year, we have chosen to do this graduation ceremony online rather than not at all. But online graduations also have a silver lining. For example, a guest of honor, Mr. Puri, lives in Korea, would not have had the time to physically come to Dubai and deliver the graduation address in person. But we have him today for this online graduation, and you would always remember that Mr. Asim Puri was your graduation speaker. Today we have graduates from our DBA course, EMBA, GMBA, and MGB, graduating a total of 192 students today. Our doctorates would now be in a position to use the prefix of doctor before their names. How exciting is that? And for all our other graduates, you too should feel very proud, but because you can use the SP Jain name on your CV for the rest of your lives. Though today is a day of celebration, it is also the end of one chapter and the beginning of a new chapter. One of the first thoughts you may have is, why aren't you able to don robes and march in a fancy grand Dubai ballroom, and you are stuck with this online graduation? But let me share with you that no successful person, ironically, has not had adversity. Some celebrated examples are Prime Minister Modi, Lee Kuan Yew, Jack Ma, and several more. I'm sure you know these names. But have you heard of Harish Balani, Kumud Jha, Manu Jain, or Chaitanya Chanduri? No, you've not heard of them? Well, let me tell you, all of them were graduates of SP Jain's 2009 MBA cohort. And they graduated in the middle of a financial crisis, the 2009 financial crisis. Initially, they struggled, but they had a very positive attitude. And today, Harish is the senior investment banker at the very prestigious Abu Dhabi investment fund or sovereign fund called ADIA. And we have Kumud, who is now the managing director of Accenture Strategy in Singapore. Manoj is a principal with the very prestigious Tata Strategic Management Group. And Chaitanya is the country lead for Lens AR and VR with Google India. Sometimes bad things happen and you have no control over this. But you have full control on how you react to these bad events. There is little to be gained for blaming another person or an event. Be resourceful, be positive. Life will always throw up unexpected challenges, and at these moments, you need to be tough and resilient. This is what differentiates winners from other people. I would like to end my short address by reminding you that being an alumnus of SP Jain comes both with its privileges and its responsibilities. The privileges include that you could now network with over 8,000 SP Jain alumni who are based around the world, many of them in very senior positions. We have 9 chapters from the United States all the way up to Australia, and the latest one being in Canada. The responsibilities include that you need to be a good brand ambassador. Wherever you are, people will judge the school based on your performance and your character. In the words of the great Nelson Mandela, education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. I urge you to use this weapon both for your families and for the society at large. I wish each and every one of you nothing but the very best of luck.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've now reached that time in today's ceremony that we've all been much eagerly awaiting. That is the conferral of all our graduates' degrees. We'll start today by presenting the degrees to our Master of Global Business graduates. That will be followed by the Global MBA graduates. Afterwards, the Executive MBA graduates, and then on to our DBA scholars.
Would the graduates from the Master of Global Business please stand? By the authority vested in me by the Board of Directors, I hereby admit you to the degree of Master of Global Business. Would those graduates please be seated?
Mr. Chairman, as Dean of the Master of Global Business Program, I present to you distinguished graduates who have been conferred with the degree of Master of Global Business. They have excelled and earned a place on the Dean's list for achieving a cumulative grade point average in the top 10% of the class at the end of at least one term or more than one term.
With 3 Dean's List medals, we have AJ Devanand Kotyuri. With 2 medals, Akshay Madhukar Yadav and Yuvajara Elangodu. And lastly, with 1 medal, Kunal Goenka, Nguyen Nat Lin, Nguyen Tai Bao Yen, Shristi, Yazidi Thankapazam Renuga. And with that, I present our MGB Dean's Listers.
I now request the Chairman of the Board of Directors, Mr. John Cameron, to confer the remaining degrees of Master of Global Business.
Aditya Abhijit Ranadi, Arman Agrawal, Anant Arvind, Anuj Surana, Apurva A. Bayani, Ashit Kumar Dawa, Arjun Singh Tomar, Avril Singh, Beffy George Benny, Dennis DeBrama, Drumil Nikhil Chandra Shah, Hariyar Sudan Kumaraguru, Harshal Shushab Patil, Cameron Ayub Wani, Kashitij Mehhotra, Kashitij Prasad, Kushagra Kashyap, Lu Min Chow. Malyada Sai Vanith. Mohammed Sahil Abdul. Nyo Huang Fong Yuan. Nguyen Pher Na. Nihel Jason. Pratayush Ranjan. Prerika Arora. Priya Chidari. Rishu Modi. Ritesh Rajesh Balia. Sashank Kripashankar Shukla. Shreya Gold. Shristi Shamisa. Shubham Bashit. Siddharth Shah. Sneha Shivaj Hatari. Surab Jain. Sumit Dugar. Valentina Kanajita. Vandita Raypat. Venkata Sundara Kalyan Chinta. Vibhuti Shukla. Vikram Ramesh. Vivkanand Bhatnagar. Vaishnav Akshit Madali. And Yongyong Jiong. Mr. Chairman, that concludes the presentation of the Master of Global Business graduates. I now invite our MGB graduate, Yazini Thankapazam Renuga, to share her experiences of the course.
A warm regards to students, faculty and the entire admin team of SPJ. I'm Yalini from the MGB Cohort May 19 batch. When I look at the group gathered here today, it's quite an amazing sight. And what amazes me the most is not the faculty or the administration, or not even the 50 members of the graduating class. What amazes me the most is the sacrifice made by our family members, loved ones and friends who supported us all through this 16-month long journey. Words can't describe the sense of gratitude we feel towards them. I would like to thank the faculty members for your wisdom and guidance, and most importantly, for letting us all share our experiences, ideas and stories. I would like to take you all through a memory lane. We're starting our journey in the PK summer, where we were trying to match the PPD expectations of Malavika ma'am to Suhail's crazy desert safari night, and ending in a higher note with Muradin sir's knowledgeable experience. Dubai was nothing less than a perfect start. Moving into Sydney, where we had our countless trips, amazing Diwali nights, Richard's unforgettable sessions, and crossing our bucket list on one hand, while to that of the other, having nervous breakdowns due to last-minute SBR submissions and surviving the bushfires was mere an emotional roller coaster. Ending our journey in Singapore, where we got crowned as the champions of MBA Olympics, to having unplanned farewell nights to look after each other during the pandemic lockdown, we have never-ending memorable stories that we will definitely cherish all throughout our lives. I would like to take this opportunity and thank the GL team for the amazing experiences and the entire admin team for supporting us all through the endless nights during the crisis, and we are highly grateful to each one of you who supported us. I feel immensely lucky to be a part of this cohort where I learned and unlearned a lot from each one of you. To quote a few, the email skills of Avril, the humorous jokes by Chinta, Dad's flamboyant skills, and his perfect mimic by Hari, and the best jamming sessions by both the Shidits. I couldn't have asked for a better batch. Our MBA journey on a whole helped us to find meaning and purpose in whatever we do, and taught us not to be afraid of any type of uncertainties in life, and to develop our own personality. I'm pretty sure the class of 2020 could take us anywhere in this world, and we will definitely survive them. As a final note of farewell, I would like to congratulate all the fellow students, and here including myself, for finally graduating amidst all the odds we faced together in the past 2 years. Every ending has a new beginning, and today might be the last day for some of us as students of a business school, but I actually believe our journey will start from today. I would like to end with a quote by Abraham Lincoln: "The best way to predict your future is to actually create one." So cheers and good luck for all your future endeavors. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Yazini, for sharing what was obviously a wonderful experience for you, and it was a delight to hear your experience.
Would the graduates of the Global Master of Business Administration please stand? By the authority vested in me by the Board of Directors, I hereby admit you to the degree of Global Master of Business Administration. Would those graduates please be seated?
Mr. Chairman, as Dean of the Global Master of Business Administration program, I present to you the distinguished graduates who have been conferred with the degree of Global Master of Business Administration. They have excelled and earned their place on the Dean's list for achieving a cumulative grade point average in the top 10% of the class at the end of at least one or more than one term.
With 2 Dean's List medals, we have Taran Arora and Upasana Kapoor. With 1 medal, Ricardo Delisi, Shravan Dusanapudi, and Tanay Sashikant Shrivastava. And with that, I present our global MBA Dean's List.
I now request the Chairman of the Board of Directors, Mr. John Cameron, to confirm the remaining degrees of Global Master of Business Administration.
Aditi Verma, Akanksha Palak, Ashutosh Prakash Mahajan, Ashvani Thawani, Ayan Adak, Bebita Lucky Atrinawati, Banudi Singh Kamla, Caroline, Charan Kumar Kupala, Dwanil Desai, Iyan Jion, Kirthi Nutaki, Kritika Umesh Ida, Kunal Vijay Golani, Lee Chunmai, Manoj Babu Begi, Nikhil Agarwal, Rosario Bombay, Sandipan Roy, Suyun Yu, Tejwasi Rav Viraku, Urvashi Jain, Varun Raj, Vinay Narayanaswamy, and Zubin Moidu. Mr. Chairman, that concludes the presentation of the Global MBA students. I now invite our GMBA graduate, Upasana Thapar, to share her experience of the course.
A very warm good afternoon to the esteemed faculty, leadership, and all the wonderful students out here today. I am honored and humbled to have been given this opportunity to speak on behalf of my cohort. First of all, I would like to congratulate all the students, including myself, for finally graduating. We all made it. 2020 has been a year which is going to go down in history books. It has been a year which has taught us resilience, perseverance, and above all, optimism. And I believe that the batch graduating today has epitomized these values by overcoming every obstacle thrown our way. I'm sure each one of us was hoping to attend this graduation in person. But as things would have it, here we are today, spread across multiple continents in different time zones, yet as strong as ever. I remember receiving the acceptance letter from SP Jain Global back in 2019. I was overjoyed with the thought of having gotten an opportunity to become a true global citizen. However, at the same time, I was nervous of what lay ahead for me. Would the course be as amazing as I expected to be? Would the batch be as diverse as I wanted it to be? And above all, would it be worth the investment? I can say with all my confidence that I and the entire cohort learned not only what was taught to us in the course curriculum, but learned much more. We learned Indonesian and Italian recipes, Korean and Kazakh catchphrases, and Chinese love for celebration. We learned that beautiful presentations can be made within 60 minutes. All you need are the right teammates. 4 hours of sleep is all you need. And most importantly, we are capable of much more than what we thought we were in the first week of college. The Tri-City experience, coupled with the wonderful immersion projects, offered us a unique perspective of the corporate world which lay outside of what we knew. It gave us hands-on experience to choose which country suits our work style better. It opened opportunities that we all hoped it would. The engaging activities organized by the Global Learning Committee gave us an opportunity to really immerse ourselves in the culture. From attending authentic Ramadan meals in Dubai, to surfing the Bondi waves, to abseiling in the Blue Mountains, to finally welcoming the Chinese New Year in Singapore. We did it all, and we did it all together. The SPJ Global MBA program empowered us. It taught us to embrace diversity. It taught us to be diligent, to work together relentlessly, and above all, it taught us to be the best versions of ourselves. And for that, on behalf of the entire GMBA batch of 2019, I would like to thank the staff, the faculty, and each one of those who made the last 1 year so worth it. Thank you for giving us memories and lessons that we will cherish all our lives. And last but not the least, this is for my beloved batchmates. I know it feels like we are saying goodbye, but we will carry a piece of each one of us into everything we do next, to remind us of who we are and who we are meant to be. I found a family in all of you when I wasn't looking for one, and for that, I thank you. I will really miss you all. Thank you so much. Have a very great afternoon ahead. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Upasana, for sharing your experiences. Many and varied, but all, I'm sure, very, very memorable.
Would the graduates for the Executive Master of Business Administration please stand? By the authority vested in me by the Board of Directors, I hereby admit you to the degree of Executive Master of Business Administration. Would those graduates please be seated?
Mr. Chairman, as Dean of the EMBA programme, I present to you distinguished graduates who have been conferred with the degree of EMBA. They have excelled and earned their place on the Dean's list for achieving a cumulative grade point average in the top 10% of their class at the end of at least one or more than one term.
On this virtual graduation day, we have 4 executive MBA cohorts, and they're graduating from Singapore, Mumbai, Dubai, and our new online cohort. So let's begin with the EMBA graduates from Singapore. With 2 Dean's List medals, we have Maeve Lynch, Shipra Jolly. With 1 medal each, Ankur Verma and Prashant Verma. From the EMBA batch in Mumbai with 2 medals, we have Akanksha Bektor, Amit Mahawan and Delzad Percy Dangur. From the MBA Dubai, we have 3 medals going to Amitava Banerjee and Sarah Conwell. And now with 2 medals, Ashish Agarwal, Farouz Youssef and Ravichanda Neela. And finally, with 1 medal, Himanshu Pandit, Rathish Valayanadu, and Reddy Shiva Prasad. And from EMBA Online, with 1 medal, we have Kaushik Matar, Kedar Kanjurang Joshi, and Sabasashi Sakar. And with that, I gladly present our EMBA Dean's Listers.
I now ask the Chairman of the Board of Directors, Mr. John Cameron, to confer the remaining degrees of EMBA.
Presenting the graduates from EMBA Singapore, we have Animesh Agrawal, Ashish Bansinghi, Bijoy Joshi, Imran Ahmad, Jonas Guinga, Mahesh Kumar Paik, Mahita Gandhi, Mohammed Sabir Halal, Moses Suguma, Priyanka Mehta, Rajendra Bist, Rita Imanshia, Royden Remedios, Ryan Matisse, and Ewan Newen. And now from EMBA Mumbai, we have Ayushi Prakash Gandhi, Abhishek Bapat, Amol Pawali, Ashish Devadas Kale, Divya Rathore, Gaurav Thakkar, Kanika Gold, Mohammed Umar Sharif, Parag Sadeh, Rohan Rai, Satyam Chandrakant Negwapar, Sachin Shovani, Shrikar Palwa, Siddharth Gupta, and Tharun S. Rock. From EMBA Dubai, we have Aaron Baz, Abdul Salim Sayudu, Akshay Bell, Ali Mohammed, Amanath Mila Rabuku, Amit Arora, Ankit Ranjan, Atul Sharma, Bijou Matthew, Ramadut Abu, Charles Sikar, Deepak Sethi, Devesh Kelkar, Ebi Varghese, Ekta Shah, Gregory Fernandez, Inakshi Das, Manish Jain, Mahul Nengu, Mohammed Chaudhuri, Mohan Raj Subramanian, Mohit Gupta, Mohit Fanwani, Mukesh Singh, Narayana Via Karanam, Nikita Fanwani, Nitin Jain, Piyush Sagai, Pratik Garg, Rabi Suleiman, Rajat Kapoor, Rajendran Chalamuthu, Rakesh Kaul, Ranga Vital, Vaza Prakesh, Ravi Tejatangirala, Ravindra Ram Dolji, Rima Mudit Vaish, Ritu Sayal, Rohit Mulay, Sarah Vanakumar Velusamy, Shahanas Sharif, Vikash Ejay, and Vanida Mohandas. And lastly, from our new EMBA online batch, we have Ashish Mittal, Ashbini Joshi, Kunal Chandru Ingurani, Pavanav Kumar Tayari, Rohit Sharma, and Surabi Naveed. Mr. Chairman, that concludes the presentation of the EMBA graduates. I now invite our EMBA Dubai graduate, Amitava Banerjee, to share his experience of the course.
Good evening, distinguished Chief Guest of Honor, Chairman of the Board of Directors, Mr. John Cameron, President, Mr. Nitish Jain, Ms. Lakshmi Raman, Dr. Gary Stockport, Dr. Balakrishna Grandi, Dr. Sita Raman, Dr. AVR Srinivas, distinguished members of faculty, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, and a special welcome to the graduating class of EMBA Batch 44, as well as the graduating students from other EMBA batches. First, all the graduating students, during the speech, if you feel to snap or clap, raise your hand and cheer. Please feel free to do so, as this is our speech and today is our day. As I stand here to reflect upon the EMBA course, I can only say that it has been one of the most memorable and most beautiful journeys of my life. It's often said, what's learnt with pleasure is learnt full measure. And I would like to take this opportunity to narrate some of the facets of the learnings that we did with utmost pleasure. Looking back, it was not the easiest of decision to get back to academics and join an EMBA course. Many of us already had our plates full, having a busy work life and demanding family requirements. The kind of time commitment required to complete the course seemed to be overwhelming for most of us. Today, standing here, I cannot hold back my smile, thinking about the careful considerations and the thoughtful deliberations that I had undertaken before making up my mind to join this course. One thing I can certainly say now, I had taken the right decision to join the SP Jain program, and I feel extremely proud in stating that. Batch 44 was a unique batch with students coming from different professional and educational backgrounds. We had chartered accountant, banking professionals, engineers, finance graduates, marketing executives. We have students ranging from 3 years to a couple of decades of industry experience. The collaborative atmosphere and the camaraderie prevailing amongst all of us made the journey look more delightful. We always had the chance to laugh and joke, despite some of the heavy concepts that kept struggling to reach the hippocampus through the temporal lobe of our brains. As Charles Dickens once wrote, it was the best of times and it was the worst of times. We had everything going well when arrived a bolt from the blue as the VUCA world got inflicted with global pandemic and lockdowns. The economies were brought to a grinding halt. But this gave the opportunity for the entire team of SP Jain to use some of the concepts of digitalization, agile strategies, and scenario planning to come into play. I would think that we have been the first of its kind to have worked with the whole team of SP Jain to implement some of the concepts that we generally learn during an MBA course into practice. The result, we could finish the EMBA within the stipulated time, and there was absolutely no compromise on the quality of teachings delivered and the quality of learnings received. Hats off to the entire team of SP Jain, including Dean Gary, the professors, all the students, IT support staff, program office, and everyone who were instrumental to make the program move on during the most challenging times. The agility shown to set an alternate arrangement to get on with the course is truly remarkable and worth lots of praises. I would take this opportunity to thank all the professors for being so patient with us and never failing to answer our questions, howsoever naive or intelligent it might have been. Your efforts to make us learn even on those days when we had no mood to learn is really appreciated. I would also like to thank Dr. Gary for his relentless efforts to motivate us and keep us focused. He is a true gentleman, and his thorough feedback has served us as a guiding light throughout the course term. A special thank you to Ms. Parmita Debnath, who has been leading the ECAP sessions, which could transform many of us into more confident individuals and equip us with great public speaking skills. A special thanks to Daisy and Julie from Dubai, Caroline and Nisha from Singapore, Sunita from Mumbai, and last but not the least, Raghava for the online programs. I know we were not the easiest to control. The support you have extended to help each of us at times of need has been fabulous. I would also like to thank the IT team and the Mumbai back office staff for their hard work and support. A special thanks to the librarian, the accounts department, and all staff of SP Jain who were always ready to help and support. Education is not only about reading textbooks and learning various concepts. It's about acquiring knowledge to serve better, getting empowered to be a good manager, inculcating leadership skills, learning to show empathy. In short, it's about being a better human being. In my opinion, our success in this course should be judged on whether we became a better human being on completing this course. We have worked hard without having any weekends for over 70 weeks. We ran against time, read the case studies, grappled with our assignments, gave the exams, and exhibited persistence and resilience to tread the whole path. It has been a victory for all of us as students, staff members, professors, dean, and all associated with the course. Well done, everyone. We are graduating today. Please remember that this is not the end of the journey, but this is just the beginning. We now need to take these learnings to our workplace, to the communities that we serve, to our families, to ourselves, and strive to make this world a better place to live. Congratulations to all my friends. Wish you all an amazing life ahead. As an ending note, I would like to put forth a short, fun-filled poem which I composed specially for our batch 44. I'm sure this poem will also be a reflection for most of the graduating students as well. We are EMBA DXB batch 44. Sky is the limit, and over there we would soar. It was a stroke of luck that brought us together in the same batch, but soon we bonded and found we all were a perfect match. We started our journey through seas, taverns, and caves. We continued holding our hands, and together we maneuvered the mighty waves. The weekends whoosed past to the extent that even the Lulu and the Carrefour started missing us. And we had the Philly chai as an oasis in the desert sand. But alas, the exams kept reminding us to prepare hard as there was no magic wand. With studies, both young and old struggled. Marketing, finance, business statistics made all of us look dazzled. We were beaten and we were battered. The dream of having a good night's sleep looked shattered. But we held on and kept climbing the rocky cliff like a mountain ram till we could reach the summit with a big bang. We weathered the storm and we weathered the pandemic with our unnerving focus on assignments and academic. As we stand today all in the black gown, our heartbeats ruffle and forehead bears a frown. Is this the end of our being together in the race, and we now go individually for the challenges to face? No, this is just the beginning of a strategic alliance we have forged in fire and hemmed by trust and reliance. For we are EMBA DXB batch 44. Sky is the limit, and over there we would soar. Thank you.
Thank you, Amitava, for sharing what was obviously a memorable experience. Lots of memories.
Would the graduates of the Doctor of Business Administration please stand? By the authority vested in me by the Board of Directors, I hereby admit you to the degree of Doctor of Business Administration. Would the graduates please be seated?
Mr. Chairman, as Dean of Doctor of Business Administration, I present to you the distinguished scholars who have been confirmed with the Doctor of Business Administration. They have excelled in their research and earned the doctoral degrees. I introduce the distinguished scholars, namely Mr. Anish Babu Zakaria. He did a research on advertising efficiency and its stimuli. Next, Ms. Jigna C. Vatsar. She did a thesis work on antecedents of digitalization in Indian telecommunication service providers. Next, Mr. Ajay Damle, impact of digitalization in Indian oil and gas industry. Last but not least, Mr. Syed Riza Hussaini. He did a thesis work on role of brand experience in customer satisfaction with reference to background banking systems.
Dr. Ajay Uran Dunley. Dr. Anish Babu Zakaria. Dr. Jinya Nishant Srivastava. And Dr. Sayed Reza Aga Sayed Hassani. Mr. Chairman, that concludes the presentation of the DBA scholars. I now invite our DBA graduate, Dr. Anish Babu Zakaria, to share his experience.
Respected professors, SPJ student body members, my dear graduating colleagues, and to everyone who's watching this online, wish you a happy New Year 2021. A year of hope, not just for us, but for all of humanity. It's an honor to stand before you all and give a reflective speech on behalf of DBA cohort. I, like all my DBA colleagues, started this course hoping it would be just like a normal course where you finish with a usual exam and a thesis work. But to our surprise, it was not an easy journey. We had to cover a lot of rough and bumpy ways and face a lot of challenges. But by embarking this doctoral journey, we saw the depth and uncoverable vastness of knowledge in this universe created by our Creator. We understood that we can't even cover 1% of that knowledge. But at the same time, this has humbled us and shown us how to distinguish between real facts and false information. We understood that each second of our life is an opportunity to learn. It has made our visions more clear and given us the confidence to face any challenges thrown at us. We have big dreams, but sometimes we have to confine them to smaller ones due to the lack of right opportunities. But for us, we have been blessed to be few of the selected ones to get a chance to get a doctoral degree from a prestigious institute such as SP Jain School of Global Management, who provided us the stepping stone to achieve our big dreams. On behalf of my colleagues, I thank each one of our professors, supervisors, and guides for pushing us to the limits to bring the best out of each one of us. I also thank Dr. Sitaraman and Dr. Madhureddy for providing the needed support and guidance throughout the journey. To all my fellow graduating colleagues, we have achieved a great milestone in our lives through our dedicated hard work, perseverance, and persistence. We have been bestowed a new title. We should realize and use its potential wherever, when, and whenever needed for the betterment of us and of humanity. So wish you all the best. Thank you.
Well, thank you for sharing your experience, Dr. Anish. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd now like to invite Shipra Jolly, our graduate from the EMBA Singapore cohort, to read our student pledge. And for this, I would ask all our graduates to stand. Thank you.
We, the students of the graduating batch of SP Jain School of Global Management, commit ourselves this day to all our stakeholders
with full dedication and integrity, upholding the interests and values of our organizations. We express our intrinsic desire and wholehearted commitment to bestow the best to society, peers, family, and to the world at large in discharging our responsibilities and enhancing the value propositions of all moral and social endeavors in our lives.
Thank you, Shipra. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as a special moment in our graduation ceremony, once again, I'd like to call upon the head of our Dubai campus, Professor Christopher Abraham, who will be introducing today's occasional speaker.
And now, it's my pleasure and privilege to introduce to you our occasional speaker for this evening, Mr. Azim Puri, the CEO of Unilever Korea, who also alternates as the Chief Marketing Officer of Unilever International. Mr. Puri is a senior marketing leader with Unilever, leading a large billion-dollar portfolio of global brands, and is responsible for brand innovation, digital marketing, digital content, and brand communication, with top-line and bottom-line responsibility for fabric cleaning brands across Asia. A digital marketing and social media specialist, having created many successful campaigns in that space, and also teaches what he practices in leading business schools across the world. He is also a marketing trainer par excellence, with a track record of training more than 5,000 professionals in marketing skills across leading international marketing forums. With more than 12 years of senior corporate experience, brand leadership experience across India, China, and Southeast Asia, and with an impeccable record of doubling and tripling brands with a high success rate in landing new brand innovations and delivering the top 2 category innovations in the last decade on sales and profitability. For all these remarkable achievements, Mr. Puri is the proud winner of the Marketing Excellence Award, the CMO Council Award, and he's also selected by the Times of India in 2007 as one of India's 24 leading emerging young leaders for the future in Lead India, and he's also a 3 times winner of the HUL Chairman's Award and Global Category Unilever Award. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together and welcome Mr. Azim Puri, the occasional speaker for this graduation day. Mr. Puri.
It's a challenging task for me to talk to you as the class of 2021. You are graduating in a year which is probably the most disruptive year in the last 30 to 40 years of human history. It's a year where everything has changed. The way we work, the way we eat, the way we play, the way we educate ourselves, the way we entertain ourselves. And therefore poses a lot of questions to us when we embark on a new career path. What should we do? What should we be targeting? Do we go after the conventional careers that we've always been hankering for in consulting or banking or FMCG? Or do we need to think differently? My topic for you today is simple: pivot and disrupt. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is the COVID pandemic has not only transformed the way we are working with each other, it has changed every aspect of our life. It has disrupted almost every industry at the same scale at which the internet had originally disrupted various industries over the last 2 decades. Combining digitization and the impact of social distancing, working from home, living at home, not traveling, has led to many disruptions across industries. And these disruptions, I may say to you, as the class of 2021, present an opportunity for those who choose to pivot and disrupt, and present a huge risk to those who don't. So my message to you is pivot and disrupt. How can you do that? Let's take a few examples. The world of work has changed. People are going for remote jobs. It doesn't matter where you are based anymore. You work on your laptop, you work on your phone, you work using Zoom calls, you work using Microsoft Teams calls. Therefore, what does it mean? It means you can reposition yourself as a global remote worker. You don't have to tie your destiny to the city where you're based. You can start looking at jobs all over the world. And I can tell you already many C-suite jobs, many top level management jobs are remote in nature. So if you become a remote work specialist, you will have lots of opportunity, lots of openings. Second, the world of work has pivoted from regular jobs to people who do maybe regular jobs, but they also work on platforms like Upwork, on platforms like Fiverr, on other platforms like GLG, for example, to do medium to high value consulting and project work. Are you on these platforms? Is your profile visible? Are you showcasing your best work there? Imagine you are a business and not a person. Would you depend on one revenue stream and one customer only? Probably not. Therefore, should you not open yourself up to 3, 4, 5 different revenue streams? Work on weekends or in the evenings or early mornings on open talent platforms, and during the day do your day job, or reverse it, or do a combination thereof. All of these are possibilities. The world of entertainment has changed, has been disrupted. We are not watching TV, we were already watching less, we are shifted to digital, we are now shifting to streaming services. As that happens, the desire and amount of content required in the world is going through the roof. Question for you: what can you produce content on? What do you specialize in? What can you bring to the world on any platform or channel that is valuable to others? Can you teach? Can you inspire? Can you entertain? Look at the case studies of Indian companies in the education space, like Baiju, for example, which have gone on to become unicorns. What were these companies? This was one person who said, I like maths, I can teach maths, I will go ahead and teach maths to others. In the same way, education, entertainment, healthcare has been disrupted. Today, I can't go to the doctor because there's a huge queue, there's a big risk of infection in the hospital. So what do? I do telemedicine. I call a doctor. I do a Zoom call with my doctor and he gives me advice. He sends me tests over mail. What can you do with it? Can you start a venture? Can you join online telehealth companies? Can you look at contributing your skills in any of these spaces? Transport has shifted dramatically. I mean, we are today using Grabs and Ubers in the cities, and local transportation is growing and booming. Delivery services are booming because today you're ordering everything in, whether it's food, whether it's e-commerce or other products. Opportunity for you. What industries should you be targeting? Industries that are starting now and are going to gain penetration. Because remember one thing, the disruptions that have happened in entertainment, in education, in healthcare, in local travel, in the world of work, they are not temporary, they are permanent. They are here to stay. We are not going back to office the way we used to. We are not working in jobs the way we are going to. We are not watching entertainment the way we used to. We are not accessing education the way we used to. We are not accessing healthcare the way we used to. So this presents to you multiple pivot and disrupt opportunities. An opportunity firstly for yourself to position yourself as a business with multiple revenue streams. Do not depend on one revenue stream or one way of working. Have 3, 4 options, 3, 4 avenues. Be present in multiple platforms. Showcase your talent to the world. It will make your equity stronger. It will bring you more invitations and offers. It will bring you more projects and more job opportunity. Second, if you're looking to join industries, look at not where the industries are coming from, look at where the industries are going. Look at the companies that are disruptive, even if they're small or medium, even if the salary is a bit less, even if they look a bit uncertain. Those are the skills you need. The education company of today that is able to do virtual education is more powerful than any university in the world. So therefore, if you're going in education, that's the space that you need to go to. Not from where the industry is coming, but to where the industry is going. And finally, last thing I will say to you is pivot and disrupt is a mindset. It's simply asking yourself the question, where does the industry go now? Where do industries go? What are consumer behaviors that are changing? Therefore, what skills do I need to acquire? If I want to launch a business, what business do I need to launch? Look at these questions, answer these questions, pivot and disrupt. And finally, I would say, the classic division of a job, a corporate company, a startup have all merged. They are all part of the same playing field now. Don't treat yourself in the same old conventional way that I have to do one thing. No, you have to do multiple things in your career. You have to acquire skills of the future. You have to work full-time or part-time or project basis with companies of the future. You have to start some venture of your own and make yourself into a marketable product. When you do these three things, you are pivoting, you are disrupting. When you do that, I can tell you, even though it's a challenging time, even though it's a tough time, opportunities are there. Many opportunities are there. Single-minded message, pivot and disrupt.
Thank you for that highly insightful address, Mr. Rasim Puri. I would now like to invite the Dean of the MGB and GMBA program, Dr. Balakrishna Gandhi, to announce the President's Awards for Global Excellence. I also invite Mr. Nitish Jain, our President of the SP Jain School of Global Management, to present the awards to the deserving winners.
I'm now pleased to announce President's Global Excellence Award. Every term for both GMBA and MGB programs, we identify one student each who has excelled every which way, not just in academics, but also has contributed to the school by actively participating, be it an academic committee, a global learning committee, or any other activity, and we believe that such a person can be a proud brand ambassador of SP Jain. The selection process involved many colleagues of mine who own multiple processes across campuses, scoring, evaluating and identifying who the winner is. To begin with, I'm pleased to announce the awardee of President's Global Excellence Award for the MGB program. This gentleman, he played an integral role in the Global Learning and Student Life Committee, that is for activities outside the class. He is self-driven, hard-working, and grounded as a student leader and a peer. His ability to take critical feedback and action on them was excellent. Along with his team members, he successfully published a paper based on his capstone project for the company Detrack Systems. He was able to skillfully network and ensure a holistic experience for himself and his cohort. Friends, it is none other than Archit Kumar Dhava. Archit also converted his internship at Neutrinos into a full-time position. We wish him all the best and congratulations, Archit. For the Global MBA program, the awardee for the President's Global Excellent Award is one who has been a passionate learner and has left a very good impression in Dubai, Sydney, and Singapore throughout his academic journey. He is extremely humble and diligent. It comes with no surprise that it is Charan Kumar Kupala who is fondly called as Charan by his professors and friends. Charan has been an active, value-adding member in many ways, be it an active brand ambassador, playing a key member of the Global Learning and Student Life Committee. He contributed to other spheres of academic program, be it with quality of class participation, global immersion projects, or professional readiness. He has enhanced the experience for himself and for the students at large through his corporate outreach activities. With his continuous efforts and dedication, Charan successfully placed himself with GenPact after several competitive rounds. We wish Charan all the best and congratulations to him.
Well, congratulations to all our winners. Can I now invite the Chairman of the Board of the SP Jain School of Global Management, Mr. John Cameron, to formally declare the convocation proceedings closed.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the name of the Board of Directors, I declare this congregation of the SP Jain School of Global Management duly assembled closed.
Well, now comes a little fun time in our virtual graduation ceremony, and it's a time for sharing. It's a time for sharing some fun, some fabulous memories that have come from this wonderful journey. We're now delighted to show a small film that captures the students' experience across the SP Jain campuses, and as I said, I'm sure this will bring back many, many fun memories.
On this beautiful Convocation 2021, where we meet through virtual platforms, Team SP Jain presents memories, beautiful memories, memories that should last for a lifetime. Memories that you left as footprints, but memories that will be etched on the sands of time. The beautiful moments when you made new friends, when you made new relationships, when you celebrated those magical moments of togetherness, of friendship, of humanity, of getting to know diverse cultures, diverse behaviors, and celebrating people who made a difference. And yes, we found interesting ways to express our histrionic talents, our creative instincts, and of course, found ways to express ourselves in more ways. Colors and the magic of life in all its totality. Dance with the spirit of happiness and togetherness. And a passion for doing the unthinkable and making new, meaningful moments. Yes, these are memories that could last a lifetime. Memories that each of you would like to fondly recall and relive those magical moments. Yes, these moments may not come, but these memories can be kept as a beautiful historic testament for all the wonderful things that each one of you did together and with each other. Celebrating diverse cultures, diverse landscapes, and enjoying diverse opportunities to express your individuality, yet being part of the ocean of humanity. And yes, there were those moments when you wanted to relax when you were tensed up and found those opportunities to take your 40 wings. And you had innovative ways by which you could actually do that. Found new ways to find that peace and calm after a tense and intense learning experience. And then, while going on those visits and getting to learn from academic stalwarts, you are exposed to fascinating nuances of different facets of management, business, accounting, finance, marketing, and the list goes on. And in each of those encounters, you had something new to learn, to express, and to give back. And in each of these magical moments, you were able to see the profundity of giving and taking, of caring and sharing. After all, life is worth only when it's tasted from the perspective of giving and caring and, of course, sharing. And in those moments that you had time, you made a difference. And these were historical moments when we had to subscribe to new norms of life, social distancing, classes over Zoom and other online platforms like ELO, and still remaining human, still remaining connected, still ensuring that everything happened, even if we were distanced by technology. Distanced, of course, by the pandemic, but connected through technology. And yet, with all the distances, with all the catastrophic, cataclysmic encounters that each one of us went through, we still had moments to smile, to complete, to celebrate, and to enjoy what life had to offer. After all, humanity is not just a walk in the park or a bed of roses, but it is indeed an accomplishment, a victory against odds. And as you fly towards new horizons, it's our wish that you will remember these days as very special moments.
What a great way to end our convocation proceedings today. As I said at the beginning, times have changed. I hope you enjoyed our virtual graduation ceremony. Before we leave today, allow me to share a couple of thoughts with you, particularly for our students. Life can only be understood backwards, but life must be lived forward. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Education is your passport to the future. For tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare for it today. My friends, you are prepared. You are ready to take on the next challenge. Go ahead and grab it. Grab it with both hands. Embrace it. And I wish you all the very, very best. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.